Good morning, everybody. So in this tutorial, as a spoken English teacher, I've given you many different topics, and I do believe that you will try to explain about your viewpoint related with that certain topics. What is given to you? First and foremost, you know that what is much more formal. That you have to give your introduction first. Then we'll try to clarify your presentation. So let us start. Please carry on.
Good morning to all. Shambho here. Today I would like to demonstrate a debate that pros and cons of nuclear energy. Nuclear energy may be the new name in science world, but scientists have been discussing about the new generation of electric producing or other energy resources by this nuclear energy or nuclear science. So let's start. First of all, I would like to rise up the point of the electricity. Indian government is trying to make up a revolution in the electricity world. Actually, the popular resources like coal, petroleum, gasolines are limited resources. It means we don't have a plenty amount of this. One day it will be end. So today we would like to turn up a new resource which is sufficient to us and it can provide us energy for several years next. For that reasons, there are so much non-popular resources like solar electricity, hydroelectricity, but what amount of electricity these type of energy resources are producing, not enough. For that reason, we have to depend on the nuclear energy or electricity made by nuclear products. What are the main resources of nuclear energy? They are uranium-236 and plutonium-239. Actually, it not only that, actually it makes a neutral amount of carbon. By this type of energy production, there is no amount of carbon and flash ice. Okay. Next, neutral carbon, obviously. Next thing is big industry. If we think about a big industry, actually India is a still developing country, and if we took a glance on the developed country, then we may see that there are few big industries there, and for power supplying of this big industry, solar industry or coal energy or heat electricity is not enough. For that reason, we have to depend of nuclear energy. Actually, huge amount of electricity is needed in villages because big industry are not possible to make in city, as the city have a huge population in itself. For that reason, the businessmen are looking over to the plenty empty area landscape actually mostly available in the villages, and in today villages have also a short of electricity. For that reason, we have to develop. The government is thinking to develop the village area, the rural area most, and for that reason they have to develop the electricity fast because we know that standing upon in the 21st century, if we do not have a proper electricity supply in every corner, in every street of India, then it is not possible for us to set up a big industry, obviously. And next thing is new employment is obviously there, because as when I will start to demonstrate the topic, I would say that in the science generation or in the science era, the nuclear energy or nuclear science is a very big and new name. The Howrah Atomic Center and different others atomic centers are heart and soul working on how to develop the nuclear science and how to develop nuclear science as the human can take its most productivity. For that reason, new skilled labor who can handle the nuclear energy better is needed. For that reason, new employment is needed on that areas. And next thing is that what is more important, that few persons are afraid of the accident, but it is just a matter of negligency, because if we took a glance on the developed country, we may see that a few incident has been taken place in the past or maybe in the present, but they are not stopping on those experimentations. They would rather try to carry on and try to cover up their negligence where they have attempted the in the past. Somehow I have written a poster. What wrong you have done in your past? Don't do that. Done new mistakes, because for the new mistakes you can understand, you can learn the new things. For that reason, if we want to become India a developed country, then we have to see that other developed country who are now mostly dependent on the nuclear power or nuclear energy. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, what's your point?
So whatever the elaboration we have already heard about from my fellow and friend about the pros effects of the nuclear energy, to use it and utilize it to become a developed country ourselves in India. So I think that is not be done for its riskiness, because in nuclear energy we have seen if we see in the past time, if we took a glance look in the past era, whatever that situation was happened in the past era, using and utilizing the nuclear energies, so that will be very much harmful and pathetic. Why? Because first of all, that is a leakage. You know, when an industry is going on for nuclear energy, leakage is the common factor which is be taken place, and it is also we are harmed by it from the past time. As an example, the Chernobyl burst and the Fukushima burst, it was also taken place for the leakage, and for that reason all the citizens all has been melted down for these leakage gases, because it was very much dangerous and harmful for every person. And not only there are a lot of creatures which has been created by God, they are just ruined and destroyed at that certain place and time. So for that reason it's very much risky, I think. The next point is that the radioactivity. If sometimes leakage has been taken place, then the radioactivity will go after a lot of decades and centuries. And for that reason, if you take a glance look in the 6th August and 9th August, when the Hiroshima and Nagasaki, when the nuclear weapons has been taken place and for destroy the Japan from to win the citizen to win in the Second World War for America. So there was radioactivity is now also going on till now, and for that reason peoples are not very much leading a happy life there. So radioactivity for nuclear weapons and nuclear energy is going on for a lot of decades and centuries, and that is so much harmful for every person and every creatures. The next problem is that is the wastage. In nuclear energy, we are producing a lot low amount of energy, but maximum is wasted. As an example, 20 metric ton amount of nuclear energy has been wasted per year, when rather 2000 energy is just producing. So what can you think about and imagine about that? Whatever we are getting a high security, and not only that, it is very much well to develop our country, but wastage is the main factor here. If we are wasting all the things, and to find that uranium-236 and plutonium-239, it is also very much expensive. So therefore it's like day-night robbery. So therefore that type of economical status we have not in our country. So therefore I think it is not workable in our country. So using that nuclear energy as to electricity and etc. to develop our country. The next thing is that the reactor. We have not that certain type of mechanism to use and utilize that certain reactor to amount or product that certain nuclear energy for developing our country. We have to purchase it from the other countries, and they will take lead on us. They will tune the whatever the purchase we are having there, they will tune the cost, and for that reason we have to face a lot of problems, because our economical status is very much downwards. So therefore these types of problems will arise. And what is the last point is that the nuclear weapons. We have already seen about that what is the harmness is coming in the people's mind about using the nuclear weapons to stop any country to win the Second World War. So therefore we know in the 6th August it was first taken on the Hiroshima, and in the 9th August it was taken on Nagasaki, and all Nagasaki days, and all these citizens and all lot of creatures has been ruined and destroyed in just 2 days. So therefore we can able to imagine what type of destroying thing we are having in our mind by using this nuclear weapons. Americans are feeling happy because they have won the world war, but Japanese, if you think, imagine about the Japanese circumstance which is going on there, they have to face a lot of troublesome situations till now for that certain nuclear energy and nuclear radioactivity. So I think when there is a lot of riskiness, then the other options of developing and increasing the electrical services, so why we will take these types of decisions to harmful awareness and send our journey and life to the riskiness in the future? So therefore I think that we should not take a lot of risk in our life. We know that develop is needed. We are created by God to develop our country, to make our world very much beautiful by our education, and not only that, whatever the extraordinary powers we have, but that doesn't mean that we have to take a lot of risk in our life, that in the future our life will be gone in the meltdown. So I think we have to take a lot of decisions. We have to be, a lot of sincerity is also needed to make up these plans and taking these initiatives to make our country as a developed country like the USA, Mexico, etc. And I think that will be greater than if we can do it. So I think no inconveniences will come in the future to take the interruption, to place interruption in the way to be a smarter and developed country in the future. So that's it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for both of your participation in that certain debatable competition, and both of you have done your job. And I would like to favor to Shambhu because the information as what he has provided, that is very much useful and have done very well. But you also try to manage and speak something else on it. And if we talk about the nuclear weapons, nuclear power, nuclear proliferation is there. That proliferation is specially made by the developed country, because for the development nations, and that certain development is what is also needed for becoming a developed country ourselves in India. So therefore, nuclear energy is one of the main resources as what is still in our hand as an optionality, as what we can choose for the betterment of our own country. If the risk is there, definitely you are right. But no risk, no gain is what you know is a very formal words, as that's therefore that we, without raising up any more and more complaint on it, we rather try to bring some better idea on it, and innovative idea definitely help us to bring our country up to that certain mark where we want to be. Thank you very much indeed.